Okay, guys, we have the coach here of this 13U squad, Chuck Nugent. Been watching the workout, Coach. Been enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Talk to us about how long you've been coaching.
I've had these boys since 7U. So what's that? 6 years? 7 years? Something like that?
Yeah. That's been a minute.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the program itself. What has been some of the things that you really like about the Bombers program? So
when I started with the Bombers, we were pretty small. I believe there was one team in every age group. Actually, I take that back. There was one team that had two. Everybody else had one. And then 2 years in, we got to where every age group had multiple teams. And, you know, it's really grown. We went through our 8U year was a struggle with facilities with COVID. I mean, we rented out a church and used the gymnasium in the church and did what we could do in the winter to go. But since then, like, we've really grown, and we've got this now to work at with. Our whole organization gets to use it now, and not, you know, coaches aren't just, they got to go out and find somewhere now to go. We've got this. And I mean, that part of it, seeing it grow, is great. Yeah. I mean,
how has that helped you develop, you know, practice plans and practice opportunities that has really helped the kids get better?
Sure. You know, like I said, we were in the gyms at the smaller age, which you could get by with, right, with the kids. But now that we're older and we got this, we can do so much, right? We're doing infield. We're doing outfield in here, too. When you're in the gym, you can't do the outfield stuff. We got next week, we'll have the cages out doing all the cages and everything in here, right? So it's been fantastic, really. I mean, I know there's bigger organizations out here, but what I love about us is that, yes, we've grown. We have two teams at every age group now, but we're small enough that we're competitive and not watered down, and we're not out chasing teams just to pay the bills and things. We're keeping it pretty well, you know. So
I love the fact one of the things I really enjoy here is the focus on the defense tonight.
Yep.
I mean, to me, and I pitching and defense, you build a team around that, because, you know, you have to get 3 outs before you get to hit. To me, hitting is a privilege, even though it's probably hard. But, you know, teaching the kids defense how to get off the field, not giving away outs, so that you can go get 2-3 runs and win a ball game. I think that's, you know, the focus here that I've seen tonight. Just the fundamentals, how you do that, being smooth. I've really enjoyed the practice.
Yeah, thank you. So I've learned a little over the years that it kind of goes in cycles, right? So 9U, your first year of kid pitch, right? It's a little offensive heavy. And if you have a good defensive team, you can kind of, you know, you get a team that swings bat, you can get them. 10U, it turns into more of the kids have pitched for a year. They're bigger, stronger from that same distance. Well, it turns into more of a defensive battle, and you got to have the defense to win. Like, you're not going to have as many hits as you had at 9U, right? And then, so 11U turns the same. 11U goes a little offensive heavy. The kids are back. They're farther back. 12U, pretty defensive heavy game and things like that. And now we're going into 13U. These kids are really stretching it out back farther. I've looked for kids are going to put the ball in play a lot more, and you got to be able to flash the leather to, you know, to make a difference there. So
that throw in the hole over here is a little bit more difficult, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But what I like now, though, is turning it into more real baseball for these kids, right? Like, you get a ground ball hit to you at short, you can bobble it and stick with it and still get a kid out first. 9U, 10U, 11U, 12, you got to catch everything clean and get them out. So now they got a little wiggle room now, but yeah.
Coach, when you set these kids in motion, you know, for the season here, what are some of the goals that you've set for these kids?
So there's no goals with winning and losing, right? Like, we don't have that. Like, we've been pretty blessed, right? I've had a core of my kids since 7U, and that helps a lot, right? But our goal is, when we come out of winter training, like, we set standard, like, we have 12 weeks. Now we have 11, right? We've got to come. When we step on the ball field, week 1 of game 1, we're mid-season form. right? We want to be that much higher than the other teams. That's our goal. Is we're mid-season form, right? We hit mid-season, we're into June form, right? We hit into June, we're ready to send these kids on to school ball, and that's my goal, is to get all these kids playing on their school teams. And now it's junior high, but after that, we got some going to high school next year. Want them to make their high school teams. That's the ultimate goal.
Absolutely. That's what's in front of them, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. And not to mention, a lot of these kids around here, this Southwestern Conference with you talking about Class 4, Class 3, it's really good programs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, baseball's big around here. I mean, all the high schools are competitive. I mean, the junior highs, they're competitive too. I mean, right? I mean, junior highs they got 8th grade team and a JV team, and they're all competitive, right? Like, I mean, there's a lot of good ball players around this area. And I grew up playing here. I graduated in 99, and there's a lot of good ball players then too, and really competitive then. And it's still growing, still getting bigger, and it's great to see. It really is. And you guys attribute that to a lot of the youth coaches and things that are keeping these kids going, and the parents too, and the private lessons, and sending them all weekend, every weekend, wherever, to go play, and lots of dollars spent on the parents. But it's, no, baseball around here is great. It really is. It's second to none, right? Especially in the cold weather states. It's second to none, right? These kids work year round and do good, and go.
Coach Chuck Nugent, folks. Coach,
Yep. Thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time.
No, thanks for coming out. We enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, folks, I'm here with the director of the Bombers program, O'Fallon Bombers, Josh Kinney. And first of all, I want to say thank you for allowing us to come in, bring the cameras, stick them in your face, and, ask you questions. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're honored to have you guys with us tonight. And anytime you're around, there's always going to be energy. Yeah. So we appreciate the energy and enthusiasm as the boys are training tonight.
It's been fun. I love the infield work today. It's one of the we haven't seen that yet this year, so it's pretty cool. We enjoy it. Talk to us a little bit about the Bombers program. How long has it been around?
Yeah. So the club's been around for about 15 years. It's 7U through 14U. I say that 7U through actually 15U. This is the first year that we've offered a high school age or high school level team, and so kind of a little bit of a distinction there. So we've got 7U through 14U, that's our traditional Fallon Bombers. And then beginning at 15U, that's Bombers Elite now.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So, and, just so people know, it isn't just about O'Fallon Township High School. You got kids coming from everywhere. You got some kids from Waterloo.
Yeah, I think at some point, probably in the last 3 to 5 years, it's evolved, and from just O'Fallon to really kind of a Metro East club. And some of that has to do with some of we're here at the SWIC training facility. And so our teams have been training out of here for the last 3 years. And as we've offered more access to things like this, amenities like this, more people have been itching to be a part of the club.
I love that. And it is a nice facility. Where'd you guys train before you got here?
It was pretty hodgepodge, to be honest. So each team was kind of on their own. And to give you context, like 4 years ago, there's only 7 teams a part of our club. And then this year, we've got 18 teams in our club this year. So there's been some pretty rapid growth. And a lot of that is attributed to we've got some really good coaches, but also the facilities, I think, is everybody's looking for somewhere to train in the winter. And here on the Illinois side, there's not as many of those as maybe over on the Missouri side.
That's true. So let's go back a little bit, Coach. How'd you get into this?
Yeah. So I was fortunate enough to play ball through college, and then every maybe guy who's played ball, I had a little boy, and he started throwing a ball around, and one thing led to another. He played through the local Parks and Rec, the City League, and then it was time to kind of keep progressing. And so a buddy of mine, we were kind of we knew some folks with the Bombers at the time, and so we one thing led to another. We started a team. It's been that was at their 9U age. So how many years ago that was? They're 15 now. And it's been a joy, and I would say for me to be able to be a part of baseball has been a privilege as well. Just to be able to maybe the little bit that I know, to be able to instill that and give that back to a bunch of kids and families that have entrusted me and our coaching staff with instructing their kids. So
That's awesome. And your son is a freshman, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
At what high school?
He's going to be at O'Fallon, or he is at O'Fallon Township High School, and we're 40-something days away from tryouts. We're counting it down. He's excited, and has certainly got the itch for high school tryouts.
You know, Coach, this is the thing that I think is interesting too. You know, your son now, he's on to, and I'm sure summertime you'll see, you know, coach and things like, but still yet to take the time and the energy. How's your wife with this?
Yeah. You know, that's always like a conversation. I've been, not only do I coach baseball, but for a lot of years I coached basketball as well. And it's always like a season to season conversation. That's what I've always committed to her. I'm like, we'll evaluate after the season. And she just keeps saying, yeah, keep going, keep getting after it. And so that's been a pretty big undertaking. I mentioned that we launched the Bombers Elite program. That's been something that has really, for our club, you say I'm the director there. We've got a great board of directors, a lot of folks that who are giving a lot of time to this program. And so what's been awesome is we've grown our club, we've grown that group too. And it's afforded us the opportunity to be able to offer high school teams for the very first time. But we knew as we were jumping into that it was going to be, there's going to be some limitations on my part.
Yeah.
There's going to be some limitations on our coaching staff's part. And so we've been really excited in the last year to bring on board a director of player development, and that's Coach Dave Garsh, who you had the chance to meet tonight. Coach Garsh, everybody calls him Coach Garsh, but he's the head baseball coach here at Southwestern Illinois College at SWIC, and he's been working directly with our high school teams. And that has been really fun to see as our players that have been a part of our club for some time. You know, as a coach, you know, you have some kids. I've got a kid here tonight who's I've coached since he was 9 years old, and sometimes the message can get a little stale. You get so you introduce some new voices, and so Coach Garsh and several of his coaching staff are instructing in hitting and in pitching and in defensive work. So it's been a lot of fun.
That's good stuff, man. I love that. And, you know, that's the thing, the community and what you're doing with these kids, it does take more than one person. You can't, a club, when you're putting this together, it's got to be everybody. And I love the fact that your wife, I mean, there's always that. So every time you talk to high school coaches, whatnot, it's the wife, you know, because you guys are off doing it a lot, right?
It is. It's a lifestyle, and shout out to Holly. Love you, Holly. So it is certainly a lifestyle, and it takes the support of not just the community, but certainly the support of your family to be able to have to kind of follow through with an endeavor like this, which is, for me, it's a little bit like, hey, I want to. There's these group of kids that I've coached for a long time, and it's like, do we just kind of hand them off to a different club, which was kind of the thought early on. But then as we continue to have conversations, and certainly Coach Garsh, he approached us. He's like, hey, I really like, because some of our guys were doing some off-season training with him. He's like, I really like this group. Have you thought about doing high school? And we're like, hey, man, let's have a conversation about that. And one thing led to another, and you know, here we are. And you know, we've got behind us our 13U, one of our 13U teams. The work that they're putting in is great. All of our coaches are volunteer coaches. A lot of training. We try to resource them the best we can, but we're so grateful for them and their investment too, because there's a lot of things they could be doing. It's not exactly the warmest night right now. We're winter training.
Wednesday night.
It's called the winter tour for a reason. It's winter time, and it maybe be a little bit nicer to be at home with the fireplace on, but they're out here, and we're so grateful for all of our coaches, not just Coach Nugent, but I mentioned there's 18, so the 16, 17 other coaches that are part of our program and they have a whole staff of volunteers, coaches that are working with them as well. So yeah, grateful for you guys too. Again, thanks for being here.
We love coming out because, we're in the studio, we're doing a podcast, we get a chance to come out, and I'm hollering over at the kids, way to pick it. It's fun. I love that part of it because you get to see the kids practicing. It's fun. I love being in the gym. It's fun. And as we start, like you said, we're not that far away from baseball.
No.
And so getting those juices flowing, and we were talking about it today on one of the shows that it's kind of, we're going to be at the Missouri Coaches Clinic this weekend. It's kind of the unofficial kickoff of the season, and we're there. And I think that's, we start, I said, I don't know if we're smelling the grass, but we're smelling the turf at least, right?
Anymore, that's what you're smelling. If you're playing baseball early and it's getting earlier and earlier, like Coach Nugent's team, they'll get after it. They'll be playing that first, second week in March, and they'll be in their sweatshirts and their beanies and like everything to kind of stay warm between innings and between games. But like the what you're talking about in Missouri, that is the kickoff. Like you've got all the coaches there. It's the micro ABCA event for the state of Missouri. And that's always a good time because you see coaches from all across the state interacting and the camaraderie there. That's what I love about any kind of team sport is the camaraderie that exists beyond just your specific team, but that exists in the baseball community as a whole.
Where do you guys, you started the program, that's kind of the future of it. Where do you see yourselves in 5 years? Yeah,
that's a great question. I think with our board of directors, we're really having some strategic conversations about that because a few years ago, like I mentioned, there were 7 teams. We had a team at pretty well every age group, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? And so we were like, okay, what we're seeing, and you probably see this as well, is some of the smaller clubs are just kind of getting absorbed up. And that's not for bad or good, or they're just coming completely independent. And so met with our board, joined the board. Pretty quickly, they're like, hey, you've got some ideas. I'm like, oh, you know how that goes. You have an idea, and all of a sudden you're in charge. And that was pretty well the truth for me. And I was like, hey, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing smaller clubs are getting absorbed. So we've got to figure out, are we going to be around in a few years? Made some strategic moves. Obviously, this facility is part of that. Certainly did some rebranding, all those kind of things. But now we're looking at the next 5 years and saying, okay, this has been a great facility for us. Is this going to be our forever home, or do we, as a club, need to look at our own training facility that allows not where we're just tenants and renters, but actually, do we have our own home? And then on the flip side of that, with our Bombers Elite program, that's really a pipeline for us to say, okay, we've got to make some strategic investments there because it actually has long-term implications, and kids stay in our club for the long haul instead of just for 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
I love it, Coach. And there it is, the Bombers. That's a nice brand. I like the logo. It's sharp, looks good on you. It's a lot of fun.
I actually, if you can hang tight right here, I've got a little gift for you. Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait right here. We'll wait. We're getting dive bombed right now. Anyway.
I know.
We got the Bombers. Everybody's coming in. An aerial attack. Right? There it is. Go get it. Go get it, baby. Go get it. Oh, there we go.
There's a Bombers cap for you. So thanks for being with us. You and we met last summer at one of the YBM events that you guys worked with Game 7.
Game 7, yeah.
Love those guys. Love Dave. And we met there, and that's where we really got to know each other. So you guys covered a couple of games that we were able to be a part of. I love that you guys do that. Brought a lot of energy to that. So thank you guys. A little small gift from us to you.
Appreciate it. That'll go on the table.
That B will look good. I want to see it on one of the next podcasts.
We'll do it, bud.
Cool.
We'll do it. Coach Kenny, folks. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.